Hello, I'm Gino. Welcome to Dazzle TV. Today I'm just gonna do a walk and talk. I got this idea because a viewer had asked me that I looked young to be retired in the Philippines, and how am I getting all these dollars here in the Philippines. So I wanted to do a video, maybe try to explain my story a little bit. So it gave me an idea to tell my story a little bit, my thinking before I came here to the Philippines and retired here in the Philippines. So I'm just gonna do a walk and talk, and it worked out that today it's like sunny. I could actually feel the sun, so this is a perfect time to do a walk and talk, because it's been raining here in Aklan province. It's been raining since before Christmas, all through New Year's, all through the festival. We've been getting a lot of rain, which is okay. You know, it's part of living here in the Philippines. I wanted to start out here, the pool area. You can see it's really nice pool here at Camellia. I like doing laps here. Summer's right around the corner, so I know I'm going to be doing a lot more swimming. First, I wanted to explain, not everybody knows how the Air Force. I was in the United States Air Force for 20 years. And not everybody, you know, now I know not everybody understand how the military works in the United States. I joined the military, the United States Air Force, when I was 17 years old, right after high school. And I joined in 1984. And I served 20 years in the military. I retired in 2004. So I've actually been retired now for over 18 years from the Air Force. When you retire in the United States Air Force for 20 years, you get a military pension for the rest of your life. So basically, when I was 37 years old, I started collecting a military pension from the United States Air Force. I didn't get any disability when I retired. Most vets, most retirees, when they retire, they get some type of disability from the VA, but I didn't. I've been living off my military pension that I started receiving when I was 37. When I retired when I was 37, I didn't retire here in the Philippines. I worked another, few years in Tucson, Arizona. And it just worked out when I reached the age of 45. I was just thinking, I was debt free. I didn't have any debts at the time. I had a little bit of savings, not a lot of savings, but I decided that, I was by myself. So I was thinking maybe I could try the Philippines and retire in the Philippines. And, back in 2011, there was not a lot of YouTube videos on people retiring in the Philippines, retiring early. YouTube wasn't as big as it is now. As you can tell, you can watch so many people saying how you can retire here in the Philippines early and how much you need. And I'm not trying to make this video trying to convince you, hey, you can retire here in the Philippines. It's all great here in the Philippines. This video's not that. I just wanted to tell my story, and I know not many can be in the situation that I was when I was 45. When I was 45, again, I was receiving a military pension already from the Air Force, United States Air Force. So, and I know not many people would be in that situation at age 45. But I do know, like my good friend Gray, he just turned 50 and he was also in the military and he just retired too. So, and now he's just traveling the world. He hasn't selected yet where he really wants to put roots down. He's got a nice house and nice acreage over in near Seattle. So he's one of those that he's just enjoying his life now. And again, I have another friend from Rhode Island. Met him through our YouTube channel, Robbie. He just stopped working in Rhode Island this past December, and he's coming here to the Philippines in February to try it out. He's gonna come to Boracay, and Dazzle and I, we've been really become good friends with Robbie. We're gonna assist and we're gonna do all we can. Like Dazzle and I, we're gonna help out Robbie, so hopefully he likes the Philippines and he decides to retire here in the Philippines. Again, I'm not trying to convince everybody that the Philippines is so great and everybody come here and retire in the Philippines. That's not what I'm trying to do, because we also have a viewer, Reynaldo. He's in the United States, and we've been communicating. He actually went to Boracay about a month or 2 months ago, and we just missed each other because Dazzle and I were in the area. I think we were in Bacolod or Iloilo at the time. But Reynaldo, he's got a nice setup in the States. He's got a nice house. He's got acreage, got a view of like a lake, you know. And so for him, just my opinion, it really is best for him to stay in the United States because he can afford retirement in the United States. It's not like he's like me, you know. I live strictly on my military pension where I'm on a budget. You know, I know that if I had stayed in the United States almost 12 years ago, I know that I would have to continue working. And that was one of the things that for me that made me decide to try the Philippines, because I was thinking, you know, I don't have to work here in the Philippines. And I haven't worked now since I got here 2011, so going on 12 years now. I have not worked. We had opened the Resto Bar a few months ago, but now we got our business partner Dustin. He's taking care of that. So really, Dazzle and I are back to our retirement life here in the Philippines. And also, what's nice for us military retired here in the Philippines, we have medical coverage from TRICARE. So we have coverage from TRICARE pretty much the rest of our life. So that's a big thing, you know. It's like, you know, not everybody has that, and I understand that. That's why I'm saying, you know, it's like not everybody is in the same situation. I just had the situation where when I was 45, I was thinking, you know, I could be young enough to like really experience my life. And I'm not into material things, as you can see even now. You know, it's like Dazzle and I, we shop at Ukay Ukay. I don't buy expensive clothes. When I moved to the Philippines, I had one suitcase and a backpack. I pretty much everything I had in the United States, I sold. Car, whatever I had, I sold. I'm not into like collecting things, you know. I'm not attached to any material thing. So what I like is like, I like experiencing life. I like experiencing new experiences, and that's why you could see in our videos, you know, I love traveling with Dazzle because it's like we're seeing things for the first time. You know, it's like, to me, that's like, you know, that's what we live for. We love to travel and like experience new things together. And when I was 45 years old, you know, it's like before I came here, I was in decent shape. You know, I used to ride road bikes when I was in Tucson, Arizona. I would ride road bikes almost every day, and then on the weekends I would take like long rides. You know, I would take like 4 to 5 hour bike rides through Tucson, Arizona. I did a couple of El Tour de Tucson is a popular bike race in Tucson, Arizona. So I did a couple of those. So, you know, I was in decent shape when I left the United States. And then when I got to Boracay in 2011, I even got in better shape, because all I did in Boracay, I still rode my mountain bike, I swam, I did a lot of snorkeling. So for me, you know, it's like that's what the reason why I retired early, because I wanted to like still be able to do things. You know, it's like in the United States, most people retire at age 62. That's the earliest time you can get Social Security in the United States. So most people wait till 62. And again, you know, it's not like some people don't have the option of retiring before that, and you know, that's understandable. So that was one of the other reasons. Like, I didn't really want to wait till I was 62, since I had the option anyway. I had a pension coming in. I knew it's low cost of living here in the Philippines. If you really budget and if you really watch your money, you can live pretty good here in the Philippines. So I was thinking at the time, I didn't want to wait till 62, you know, because I know 62, I might not be able to mountain bike anymore. I might not be able to do the things, hiking, and do the things like that I enjoy doing when I was 45. And I still do. At least now, I'll be 57 years old this year. And I'm still able, that you can see on our videos, Dazzle and I can still paddle board. I run almost every day. I can do 5Ks. And so I've stayed in shape. And that's really important, when you retire. Retirement doesn't mean like you're just going to sit on the couch and do nothing anymore. For me, retirement is I want to stay as healthy as I can be. That way I can continue enjoying the things that I like. And then after retiring here for about a year, that's when I met Dazzle. Then we went to college together for 4 years. And then got married in 2016. So that's been a really, that's a blessing for me, just having Dazzle in my life, because she keeps me young, she keeps me focused on staying in shape and all that, so it's worked out, it's really worked out for Dazzle and I. And what I like about that Dazzle, it's like it really worked out that we met each other, because she's almost the same personality as I am. She loves the ukay. She's not worried about material things. Pretty much since we had gotten married, we've been able to save part of my pension every month. So it's like it's been a blessing. It's been a real blessing. And what's nice with our military pension from the United States Air Force, every year we get a cost of living allowance raise. And the past 2 years, we've gotten 8% the year before, and then this year again another 8% bump on our pensions. And it's really, here in the Philippines, it's really a lot of money. It's like actually the pay bump this year almost pays for our mortgage. So it's really been a blessing. It's like, I can't say enough about what the United States Air Force has given me a life here, to be able to retire young here in the Philippines. And now this year I'll turn 57. So I'm only 5 years away now from getting my Social Security. And I was looking at all the statements I received from the Social Security, and at age 62 I can expect pretty much about $1,500 that I would get when I turn 62, maybe even more, because they keep increasing our Social Security. So that's going to be great for Dazzle and I, because that will give us more money to travel. We're in the back area here of Camellia Aklan. It's less developed here. There's going to be more houses to be built around this area. Just always quiet here by the basketball courts. All you can hear is the birds. And what's been really important for Dazzle and I, since we had gotten married 6 years ago, our anniversary is coming up here. We'll be married 7 years. We really have a low cost of living. It's like here in Aklan province, you've seen our cost of living videos. Aklan, probably out of all the places I've been in the Philippines, is one of the lower cost of living areas. It's like there's so many things to do here that won't cost you any money. There's so many beaches to go to. Summertime, there's like, your waterfalls, rivers. There's just so much to do that doesn't take a lot of money. We can even take Bumblebee, our tricycle, and be at the beach in like 10-15 minutes. So those are the things that we enjoy here. Again, like, I guess since I'm older now, I like the peace and quiet now. I'm not into the cities. It's good to visit, don't get me wrong. When Dazzle and I, when we go to the cities like Iloilo City or Rojas City, I do enjoy eating at the mall, because that's the time I can eat American food. So we do enjoy that. The key for Dazzle and I is like living within our means. Like our house, you've seen our house. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and at the time we spent $30,000 to purchase the house. 8 years ago. So, and our car, we saved enough money for the car so we can pay it cash. And it's an economy car, a Toyota Wigo 3-cylinder car. We could have easily bought a bigger house. We could have easily bought a SUV, but that's just not our style, you know, because we're always like considering budget, considering what we can afford. That way we can stay, you know, on our $800 budget a month, and we're able to put money away every month. And it's just less stress, you know. It's like we really don't worry about money because we don't spend, you know, we don't spend so much. And one thing I really like, one of the things, it's a simple thing, it's like sleeping, you know. It's like when I was in the United States, you know, it's like I always had a hard time sleeping, you know. I always had you know, I would get up all of a sudden at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. then I couldn't go back to sleep, you know, because like I would be thinking of all the stress of what's coming the next day at work. You know, that usually was the case when I was in the military. It was like even worse, you know. It's like, you know, if I got 4 hours of sleep during my military days, I was happy. Whereas, you know, since I retired in the Philippines, that's all pretty much what I do. It's like I get my 8-9 hours of sleep every night, and then even during the day I take naps, and I don't even worry about like sleep patterns or whatever. If I'm like, sometimes Dazzle will tell you it'll be 6 p.m. and I'll be asleep already, because I know if I get up, if all of a sudden I wake up at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. in the morning, I'll just go on the internet, edit videos, and then I know during the day I can just sleep. You know, it's like just that the stress-free living is like what I really enjoy. You know, it's like being retired. And now it's been 12 years now. I'm going on 12 years of retirement here in the Philippines, and I would have done the same thing. You know, looking back, you know, I'm glad I made that decision at age 45 to retire early, because I've been able to like live the life that I've lived here in Aklan province, the life I share with Dazzle, or all our travel. That would have never happened if I had stayed in the United States. I would have still been working, because I know in the United States, even if I had my military pension, as most of the military retired friends that I have in the United States, they all work, and they're all like trying to get to age 62 so they can collect that Social Security, or they're trying to get another pension from federal service, or you know, whatever they're trying to get pension from. I hope you enjoyed this walk and talk, and Dazzle and I really appreciate everyone that keeps continuing to support our channel. Take care, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Gino.
And I'm Dazzle.
We just started our channel, so if you enjoyed watching the video,
Please grow with us and hit the subscribe button and thumbs up.
and we are going to keep making videos of our life in Aklan province,
Philippines.